Yeah. Uh, One of y'all asked me, was it hard um, doing prison time? And, like, how did I feel accepting prison time? I mean, I think that's a good question. You know what I mean? Nothing about prison is easy. Nothing about going from being out every night, riding and fly shit, you know, dressing fly, smoking all that bomb, stacking all that motherfucking paper, uh, getting the attention from all the fly ones. Uh, even the friendly competition amongst different ballers out there, but I always live by, the John D. Rockefeller mantra, competition is a sin. You know what I'm talking about? But getting back to the question, shit, man, doing prison time, man. First, dude, I had to really accept that this shit was real. I didn't just, when 21 agents in a tank came to get me, you know what I'm saying? It was just me. That shit was real. So once you realize that's real, and you got 21 guns pointed at you inside your crib, and they searching and tearing up and this and that, and they showing you pictures of people, and at the same time trying to convince you to, join forces with them, and you like, yeah, fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. I got nothing to talk to y'all about. And then when you ain't been shackled in a while or been in handcuffs and a motherfucker got shackles on your feet, on your wrists, around your waist, and you in the back of somebody's unmarked Suburban with tinted windows, and you got a motherfucker sitting on the side of you with a pistol, you got a motherfucker sitting in front of you with a pistol, and they take you downtown to some building that you didn't even know exists. Because remember, I'm from California. I got indicted in the state of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh to be exact. That's where they wrapped me up at, out in the bird. Shout out to Pittsburgh. Y'all showed me mad love out there. Got to a real bag with you boys, the solid ones. The rest of y'all, you know what I'm saying, keep that energy. Fuck y'all. But man, it was crazy. Like going to a detention hearing and they like, nope, you're a threat to the community. You're a menace to society. You're a flight risk. But as I got deep into law, I learned that that was just a message to the magistrate that no, we're not letting him go home. So I did the sitting game in a private prison my first 2.5 years, place called Northeast Ohio Corrections. Out there in Youngstown, Ohio. Shout out to the YO. What's up with y'all boys out there in the yo? It was different. It was like a county jail on steroids. It was booming. Phones, the whole 9 yards. Motherfuckers in there smoking deuce, K2, whatever y'all want to call it. Sniffer glue, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Niggas in there raping motherfuckers. It was a lot. Gang banging at an all-time high, you know. You would never know it's so many keyways and Damus and shit like that out in Ohio and Pittsburgh and all through there, the nasty natty, Cincinnati, Ohio, Cleveland, you know. I did some time with some boys from Buffalo and and just niggas from everywhere, right? Because you gotta stay there until you catch the chain. Once you get your time, Then you ride out. So I did 2.5 like that, going through all the bullshit, Had to stand on business a lot because there wasn't too many California niggas there. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through a lot, on top of like knowing that people just took the things that I had, my material shit, and just did what they wanted with it. But I think once after I went to court and I was seeing what time it was, and they wanted me to plead to conspiracy because, see, conspiracy is hard to get from up under. You know what I'm saying? That conspiracy is a motherfucker. But I kept seeing dudes that was part of my team when I got knocked. They slowly started disappearing, shipping them to other spots. So I started noticing, why does these dudes keep disappearing? So things I started to catch on, and I started to get in my bag that I wasn't going home, you know what I'm saying? So I started tightening up, you know what I'm saying? Working out, reading a lot, and studying the law, seeing what was going on. But the coldest part about the whole bid, it wasn't even during the time that was hard. The hardest part for me was when I sat down there at 700 Grant Street. Yeah, I remember the motherfucking address. That's where they sentenced me at, down in there, Pennsylvania, Commonwealth. And when that judge looked at me and he said, I wish I could go under the guidelines, but due to the amount of drugs and your role that you played in this, and all the women that you had involved in your trafficking organization, and all the stuff that you did, you're going to do some time. You know what I mean? He said, give me 5 minutes to think about it. So the marshals take me back or whatever. Shit, I'm so burnt out. I'm in my bag now. I'm in the motherfucking holding tank doing squats, push-ups, and all kind of calisthenics, because this is all I did in prison. That's all I had to do was work out and shit like that. And when I got back, man, and that man in that black robe was like, I'm sentencing you to this because you did this, 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 and this. And I was like, okay, cool. I had this undescribable feeling because I was in there by myself. Me, the PSI lady, which is part of the probation shit. She determined what type of time you get and this and that. The judge, the marshals, the lady that be back there with Twitter fingers, my motherfucking lawyer, and the DA sitting there joking, telling me they got a name for me down there, and ha this, and we call you Little China, and this and this and that, and all that shit. And I'm like, this shit ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get into it later why they was joking about why they called me Little China and all that. But to answer the question, it was just like, hell no. It wasn't easy getting ready to do this time and starting to do the time. You know what I'm saying? It was the hardest part of my life because I had to remember, I'm not a dude with a big bag of money no more. I can't leave. This is going to be my reality for the next 120 months, the next 10 years. And it's like, what people don't understand is you doing time, but at the end of the day, when you're doing time, the biggest thing is to make it home from the bed. You know what I'm saying? Because anything can happen to you. You can go in there with a 10 and stab a fool or kill somebody and end up with life. You know what I'm saying? So, it wasn't easy. Yeah, it was hard in the beginning until I got through it. And then after that, it was kind of like a cakewalk, but we'll talk about that later.